Previously on Follow the Leader.
So you're telling me that I got robbed?
I need an item taken from a high-profile target. I guess the other thing I need to put out there is that it's a tight time frame.
That somebody came onto my property,
You guys kind of come creeping out of the woods,
ran into my guards.
and you're almost to the house, just as one of the guards comes around the corner.
And let out one of my experiments?
Is the weirdest shit you've ever seen. The cat frog lets go of the ceiling, and then like a cat, flips over and lands on its feet.
So what did they do next?
We now return to your game, already in progress.
You two get onto the roof about the time that all three of you can hear, like, somebody like, I think they're coming. Oh, God! Oh, God!
I'm watching and cackling.
Yeah. A frog monster grabs a halfling guy and throws him very hard into the fog, and you hear, like, a wet, dull thud. And then it, like, romples forward into it kind of frog hops forward at speed into the fog, and you hear more screaming and cavorting.
I'm gonna give Hato a high five.
I definitely do not leave you hanging.
Hell yeah.
All right, so yeah, where are you guys gonna go from here? What's the plan?
I say we book it to the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get, like, I'm gonna have you just get, like, one of you is a cat and one of you is a bird person. You guys can get down off the roof of this one-story building pretty easily. I'm just not even gonna, like, you can get all three of you down. I don't think there's an actual worry here. Also, you guys are all...
I was really disappointed. I wanted to use an action point for Scramble, but Scramble is scum and villainy only. It is not actually a Blades move, and I was like, but I scramble because I'm a cat.
Scramble.
I was so disappointed. Like, I can't have Scramble.
It's real weird.
It's fine.
I feel like John will eventually patch Scramble into Blades in the Dark, because there's no reason it shouldn't work in Blades either.
Yeah.
John, please patch Scramble into Blades with the Dark. Thank you.
We know you're
We
listening.
do. We know you're there,
We
John
know
Harper.
you are.
For
I've
sure.
never had to fight you like I've had to fight Mike Merle's John Harper. Yet.
Yet.
So yeah, you guys get down off the roof. You get into the fog. Things you didn't realize 100% from the beginning. Oh man, this fog is real thick. No one can see through it, including most of us. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but you know.
I feel like vines probably can. Like the nice thing about having a mask that views into the ethereal plane is the ethereal plane is sort of like an abstract outline of the real world. So like
yeah, I was gonna say she definitely has her mask back
Yeah.
on, and is just kind of like, all right, grab onto my tail, let's go.
right. You grab these two and you kind of like you're just pushing them through the fog. You like the thing is like you're seeing this in the ethereal plane, so like you can see the outline of the building, and you guys can from inside of this like kind of dense fog, you hear two people like maybe fighting the frog monster, screaming in pain, yelling very loudly, like very close to you, but you can't quite see where they are, even with like your mask on. So you guys get up to the greenhouse building. The door to the outside is locked. How do you guys want to get in?
It's a greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wreck
Yeah,
it?
you can definitely wreck it. Listen, it's plate.
Yeah, I
it
was
is
going to
plate
say it's just glass.
It is plate glass, so it's pretty easy. But you are being carried by like maybe guards. You don't know what the security system like is on the big windows, and also there's a frog monster loose in the fog. So I'm gonna say it's you can wreck it, but it's a risky wreck.
Okay. Say that or Hato, did you want to try to pick the lock?
How much wreck do you have?
I've got 1 point in wreck.
If you
yeah,
wanna-
I think it would probably be
Yeah, I would say if you want to pick the lock, what is one step above risky? I can't remember.
desperate.
I would say it's desperate because like punching through glass takes a lot less time than picking a lock, even when you're real fast at lock picking.
I'd say go with wreck
Okay.
then.
I'm just like
Yeah,
I'm
go
saying
with
like
wreck.
you can do either, but like it's risky or desperate, depending on just because the amount of time it would take. Because at the very least, those people who are being attacked by the frog monster probably also want to be inside.
Yes.
I have foresight, which means 2 times per score you can assist a teammate without paying stress. Tell us how you prepared for this. Wondering how I could have prepared for having to punch through plate glass, but I sort of want to do that.
Brass knuckles.
I was gonna say if you just like pick up if there's rocks nearby.
yeah, like
I was
yeah. So
yeah.
I was planning on just like getting a fistful of like a giant fist-sized rock and just like hurling it at the glass.
Maybe something that would actually like
FYI, you can also use your help action to increase potency. So you can take this from like you could also conversely take this from risky to controlled or from desperate to risky.
Would it be? Wouldn't it be like standard to great? Is the effect?
You're right.
Or positioning.
Yeah, positioning.
I don't know
Sorry.
which one it is.
Yeah, you're right. You can't
was like,
actually.
I don't-
That's not
I
what
don't
I.
know.
You're right. You're right. I was thinking of the wrong thing.
Yeah,
I've just been kind of going with standard effect on everything because I'm not quite good at
that's a move.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
maybe we just have like a weird weapon of some kind
Maybe you just picked up
that
a
we
rock
can
in the
use
woods.
to.
You're like, oh hey, that's a good sized rock.
Hey, this could help with the greenhouse thing.
Cool. Thanks. So that's 2d6 for
Yeah.
me.
So that's 1.
I got 2 3s.
Okay, yeah. Like rock v plate glass works. So you're like, oh cool, thanks for this rock, and you just like you kind of like take a step back and throw a fucking rock through the plate glass door. The entire door like spider webs and shatters and falls to the ground.
That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Destroy
But-
everything.
But yes, thank you. Like you immediately hear like a low whooping noise starts kind of like ringing out from inside of the building, and I'm going to advance a clock. Badow. All right, but you guys can get like I'm assuming you run inside. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
We run inside, and we know that the inside door of the greenhouse is unlocked.
Yeah, because that leads to the door. Like that's just the door to the inside of the house.
Yeah, and it's like a normal ass door.
Yeah, you guys get to it. It's just a normal door. It's also kind of like a fancy glass door, so people can like view the greenhouse, but like it's unlocked. If you guys want to just like bolt through the greenhouse is like, when you heard greenhouse, you were expecting like low plants. There are lots of like tall vines. Like it's a pathway through a lot of like dense vegetation, which seems weird to be able to grow inside of a building. It's also very humid in here. Though that may just be the fact that there's like a million plants in here, and it's summer.
I want to fuck it up with a storm so bad.
Not right now. We can come back for it.
You come back.
We can come back for it.
So yeah, you guys like bust through the greenhouse, and you enter kind of like under. So as you come out, you can look up and you see there's a staircase that's leading up. You're in the main foyer. So there's big double doors that are the front door of the house, that kind of lead to a staircase that kind of like comes down in like the kind of like C-shaped staircase that comes down on each side and goes up. Like it's fancy rich people house staircase. Next to you is a door to another room, which you heard from the security guard is a gallery that basically people kind of can come and chill in. Across from you can see some other doors that lead off to what you imagine is the kitchen and the dining room. Your stairs lead up to the second floor. And also the pool and the gym are kind of connected to the house over there in the second building in some way, shape, or form. Possibly a door that attaches to the dining room or something, because you can't directly see the door. What do you do?
Are we assuming it's going to be upstairs in his study? Like his personal study or the public study?
The public study, it occurs to you that like what your benefactor referred to as a study and what Brian referred to as a study because he was looking at his diagram wrong is the gallery on the first floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So there's a study,
I had placed
and
it on the wrong side.
the study is his is Stanton's personal office for doing business while at his home. And then there's a rec room attached to that. I said rec room. It's a fancy rich people rec room. It's got the nicest air hockey.
With snooker.
Yeah.
He just has a goddamn hockey rink.
He has just
fucking
hockey.
house.
Like he's got a full bowling alley. It doesn't make sense. The room's too small, but
It's bigger on the inside. Yeah, I want to hit the gallery.
okay.
Yeah. Because
Go on.
it's probably like a pretty big, like it would have to be a big save, so having that on the second floor just wouldn't work out. Is Hato's reasoning for agreeing, so.
All right, so we find you all kind of coming in from the greenhouse into the main foyer. You can hear hustle and bustle in the house, but you guys immediately sort of pivot to your left around to where you're pretty sure that's where the gallery is. Come to the gallery door. Gallery door isn't even closed, let alone like locked. When you guys come into the gallery room, it's less of like it's definitely not like an art house gallery. It's definitely like a kind of a personal gallery. So you see there's paintings on the wall. There's kind of like a sitting. There's like a corner where like there's like a bunch of chairs and like low cushions and couches and stuff like that for everybody to kind of like sit around and socialize. There's also a few items on display. Particularly, there is like a helmet. It's an older helmet. It's like well crafted. It's definitely like it is in the sort of shape that either this is a well maintained helmet. Judging by for the fact that like literally no one wears like a medieval style helmet around you anymore, like this, but also it is like gleaming and clean in such a way that would suggest either it's very, very, very well maintained, or it probably has some sort of like, at the very least, a low latency magical property to it. It is kind of like the helmet itself is sort of like a kind of like a Viking nasal helm. It has like kind of like a chainmail coif coming down off the back of it because it's sitting on like a little helmet stand or whatever, and like the big nasal piece that comes down, and then banded steel over what looks like copper, kind of underplating. Also on display is a sculpture that is very, very abstract. it is a humanoid form. It looks like it's carved out of like it's like black, like you're like, I don't know 100% know what kind of material that is, because it kind of looks like marble, but it's like a matte black. It's not obsidian because it doesn't have like kind of a translucent quality to it, but it is a like vaguely kind of like abstract humanoid shape. And that is kind of like the centerpiece of the room, with like the art and the little helm on display, and then the corner where there's the sitting room. Or the sitting area for the room. What do you do?
Admittedly, my impulse is to wreck it.
Yeah, I was thinking about... I love the image. I was about to say being like a petulant cat, and then I was like, wait a second, Vines
Is a petulant cat.
is a petulant cat. And I really want Vines to just... like,
Literally.
direct eye contact, knock it over.
Yeah, so like on my actions when I was filling out my character sheet, you pick an action point to put into based on your heritage. So I put the one for being a tabaxi into wreck, and I wrote Chat Noir Cataclysma voice.
Yes.
Just destroy everything.
Yes.
And so I just want her to reach up and go, push it over. Just that petulant cat motion.
Push it over.
Just give it a little shove off of its pedestal.
Yeah.
I'd like
Probably
to just,
while that's happening, Vienna's looking at the helmet.
Okay.
I'm gonna casually wreck it.
Casually wreck it. Go ahead and wreck
Oh, I
for
forgot
me.
to grab the other dice that I wanted. Shit. Oh well, whatever. I got a 5.
All right. Well, you wreck it pretty good. So yeah, 5 is a mix. You're gonna like, it's risky, but it's also just pushing over a statue. So like you can do it.
Yeah.
So you push over the statue, and who was looking at the helmet? Vienna. Vienna's looking at the helmet, and I guess Hato's watching this statue fall over or what have you.
Hato's looking for any sort of signs of a safe.
Doing actually what we're
Valid.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but I figured because yeah, they were all doing stuff first. So while this is all going on, resolve their stuff, and then we'll resolve Hato looking around.
So actually, let's go ahead and give me Hato rolling or looking around, because they're going to happen concurrently. The outcomes of these things.
Okay, so that's going to be my survey, and I'm going to roll 1d6 and roll a 2 again. Hato's just not very observant tonight.
I'm not going to put it on Hato, because Hato is kind of looking around. You don't necessarily you don't necessarily find a safe. There's not like a safe hidden in the gallery or anything like that. But you kind of pull off one of the paintings, and it is you're kind of noticing it is it's a picture of it's a painting of this kind of, it's like an abstract paint. There's a lot of abstract art in here, and so it is a initially it looks like a really a black, a solid black canvas, but the more that you kind of look at it and you let your eyes adjust and kind of unfocus a little bit, you realize that it's multiple shades of black on black.
Jesus Christ.
And just kind of
this Vanta black bullshit.
And just behind, kind of in an off black, just in the background of this kind of solid black mass, you make out what kind of almost feels like teeth, and then you hear a shattering sound coming from behind you as the statue comes over, and it shatters. You expected it to fall over and maybe crack. This thing, it shatters like glass, and it breaks into a ton of tiny little pieces that sort of scatter across the floor of the gallery. And if you go to pick them up or touch them or move them or anything like that, they're just very, very cold, and that way that marble is always cold. But it didn't shatter like marble should.
Okay. I'm gonna look around at everyone else and just go, oops. And then trying to start, like, just fucking around with the little pieces and just, like, kicking them around with my boot.
And that was, like, a 5 is a mixed success, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Somebody knows it.
Yeah, now there's just shattered sort of marble all over the floor.
And somebody knows about that.
Define somebody knows about that. Did you
Yeah,
click
I
did you
clicked. I
talk-
clicked.
I can't. You one of
I
those.
clicked one clock.
Yep. Thank you. We both had a hard time with that
But
one.
like a small portion of a clock. It's okay. It's just a tiny clock. It's fine. Nothing bad will come from it.
It's a tiny clock, which means it happens faster.
Oh no, a tiny bit of a clock. So,
Okay.
Small wedge.
but yeah. But what you notice, Hato, is like now that you've kind of like seen this thing, like you're realizing that like a lot of this like art has like a similar motif of like a like abstract menace to it, which is kind of off-putting. Helmet. Yeah, helmet. Give me just 1 second. Let me figure out what this is. So, like, what do you do with the helmet? I guess.
I'm just kind of I'm studying it. I'm not gonna touch it because I'm not that stupid. But I'm like sort of
Fine. Put it on.
no.
You know when the DM's telling you to put it
I've had enough of people putting on these things that don't make any sense. I just listened to episode 38. I'm not doing it again. You won't get me, Brian. I'm just wandering, like, not... If I can't do a full circle, then as much of a circle as I can, just kind of examining it from all sides.
Okay.
Which is probably a study?
Yeah, sounds like it to me.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was study or survey, because I have 1D in both of them, so it's fine. No. Oh, God. I turn on the tap to click when I'm on podcast recording, so it doesn't click in recording, but then it just clicks all the time. And I rolled a 2.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Whew. All right. What do we do here? 2. All right. This is a cool helmet. Like, it's very... Like, all of the work on it is very subtle. You can kind of notice, like, just under the surface, there's, like... It's, like, saltwater etch. So it's not a deep etch, but there's this, like, very complex pattern across all of the steel banding that's inside of the helmet. And it's, like, this swirling, kind of, like, almost galaxy-like pattern. And you swear, like, if you just, like, out of the corner of your eye... Like the pieces of it that are not in your direct focus, or maybe like actually moving, kind of like surf, and I think you're gonna put this helmet on.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, God.
And
All right.
You could resist it, but otherwise you're gonna be like, I want to put this helmet on. Up to you.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna put the helmet on. Whatever.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I could resist it, but I think this is more fun.
This is exciting.
Yeah, so you guys watch as Vienna picks up this helmet.
Which I think is probably too big for them.
Well, that's the funny thing about magical items. They shape to refit
yes.
to their wearer. And so you put on this helmet and you kind of feel it shrink down. What the rest of you see is the kind of like that chainmail coif that was also kind of hanging off the back of the helmet, kind of comes down and sticks to the back of Vienna's neck and then wraps around their throat and kind of clinches together and kind of like holding the helmet on.
It looks absurd, right?
Yeah, because you're wearing like your you're wearing like your clothes, like your like the clothes that you wore here, but also you've got like basically a Viking helmet on.
Yeah, it looks absurd.
And and immediately, like, you feel invigorated, and like you could do like you feel physically more substantial. Like you feel like much stronger, maybe faster, just like more powerful in general. And as of right now, that's all that's going on.
Oh, lovely. Awesome. Great.
Yeah. Nothing bad's gonna happen at all. So, but yeah, that's all you guys. So Vienna puts on a helmet, and you're in a room full of what Hato is slowly realizing is like vaguely threatening paintings.
We should get out of here.
Yeah.
I was literally just going to say that Vienna turns around with this weird helmet on and is like, we should go.
Stylish.
Thanks. I can't see myself, so I don't know if you're telling the truth or not.
It's groovy in a weird way. Yeah, let's go.
It sure is a style.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, if you're gonna be rude about it. All right. Where y'all going?
I think we should go up.
Probably so.
Yeah,
To the
I'm
study, yeah.
thinking we're going
Okay.
upstairs.
So as you guys kind of come out of the gallery, you notice some people like milling about inside of the so there's people directly across kind of from you guys coming out of the kitchen. They look kind of just they just seem like normal, like probably kitchen staff or something that like they were house staff that were on guard. You can also hear some voices coming from upstairs, though from your current positioning, you're kind of like underneath the staircase. You can't 100% make out where they are. What to do.
This sounds like a job for a group action.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how group actions work, but it sounds like the job for
All
a
right.
group action.
Who is
prowl.
leading the prowl?
It's
Okay.
me. Because this is exactly what I was accounting for when I took this ability. I took expertise and I put it towards prowl. Choose one of your action ratings. When you lead a group action using that action, you can suffer only one stress at most, regardless of the number of failed rolls.
Okay, there we go. So
I wrote down skulk instead of prowl because, again, scum and villainy.
well, they're effectively the same thing. So
They're
yeah.
the same thing, I know. And I was just kind of like, where's skulk? It's not on...
My skulk's not here. Where's Skulk?
Listen, I want scramble. I want skulk.
Yeah. So go ahead. So you're leading the group action. Hold on a second. Let me take a look. I cannot remember. I can't remember.
I think it's typically...
I know they roll.
Go ahead.
I know those two are going to roll, but here we go. Leading a group action.
Everyone... I think
Yeah, everyone rolls. Okay, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll first. I'm rolling 2d6 because I have 2 points in prowl.
That
Oof.
sounds like it went well.
Oof. A 1 and a 2.
Woof.
It went so well.
That's
It went really
good,
well.
I guess.
All right, I'm going to roll 1d6 because I have 1 point in prowl. And I rolled a 2.
I got a 1.
So with group actions, you take
So
the
I'm gonna
highest
go ahead
of
and
all
mark
of
a
the rolls, right? And that is the group's roll.
Which is a 2.
God. Oh.
At least I only take
You
one
only
stress
take
for this
one
debacle.
stress, so bright side, it's not that stressful. You're like, oh, we're gonna get caught, but it's not a
How-
big fucking deal. Like,
It's fine. It's fine.
Damn it. Now I wish I put that other point back into sway because I think I'm going to have to lie to some people. Anyway. All right.
so yeah, I think the thing is like you guys come out and like you round the corner. So you guys are moving stealthily. You wait for the kitchen staff to sort of like move about, go to whatever room they're going. You're like, okay, go. And as you come around the corner, you guys kind of come around the corner, get up onto the staircase, and just immediately at the top of the staircase, there is a person. They also look like they're house staff, so they're not necessarily a security guard, but you're gonna need, like, what do you do? because I'm going to give you a chance to do something, I guess, because they're definitely going to alert the world to your presence. That is probably just going to happen. Like, they're going to alert the world to your presence, but you can maybe do something to mitigate that. I don't know.
I don't know how you other two dress while on a job. Like, Vienna, I think you're the next. Are you a fancy person? Are you a fancy elf? Relatively?
Relatively.
Yeah. But you're also wearing a mask that you stole. So
I'm wearing a giant helmet.
I like the idea of her running up and then, oh my gosh, trying to like hide your head and like, no, this is cool.
I am short, so it's not hard.
Just kind of like steps back and behind.
I think we're all a little on the small side. That's fine. That's a thiefy thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and push myself to get one extra die. And I don't know if you guys
I think
want to assist.
I'd like to help. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to help because I'm also dressed not super fancy, but I'm dressed respectably, so we can at least have like...
Okay, so basically, the setup that I want to do is basically like Vines doesn't even hesitate in her step, like when she's running up the stairs, and she paints on like this very like worried and concerned face, and she immediately launches into like, I don't know what's going on outside. There was all this noise, and when Mr. Slayton, it's Stanton Slayton, right? Is his full name?
Yes.
I just like, we all call him Stanton, and I was like, I keep forgetting that's not his actual last name. She's like, and then Mr. Slayton, he assured us that nothing would be happening when we were staying here. And what is all this commotion going on outside? There must be something that we can do. I don't feel safe downstairs anymore. And, we were supposed to be here to wait for him, and suddenly there's a natural fog, and there's definitely some death going on outside. And I don't feel safe for myself anymore.
Okay.
And I was going to try to lie and pretend like she's been here the whole time and she's supposed to be here.
Okay.
Listen. That one's cocked. I got a 5.
That's not bad. The person is like, I didn't know Mr. Slayton had guests. So this person is like, they're a gnome. They have kind of like they have like red hair that's like pulled back in sort of like a tight braid. They're wearing sort of like a staff uniform, which is a sort of like a dress shirt, and a pair of like slacks, kind of like a dark blue dress shirt with black slacks. And they're like, the Mr. Slate, I didn't know that he was having any guests over. I don't know. Let me go. I don't know what we're supposed to do with guests. I'm just clean things. Let me go. Come with me. We'll go ahead and talk to the. We'll go to talk to the staff head. They'll know what to do. That's where I was going anyways, because I also don't know what to do.
Isn't there somewhere safe that we can go and hide?
Where I'm going is a high place.
She looks back at the other two, and it's just like, does this sound acceptable? And also kind of like, what are we going to do?
I continue to be wearing one of Stanton's art pieces.
Also true. They might notice that here in a second. They're also very worried about the alarm going off, so.
Which direction is this person trying to lead us?
Like back
They're trying to lead you
downstairs,
back down.
or-
They're like, come with me back downstairs. We'll go to like basically the staff office where we'll hunker down.
Okay.
Because my next idea would just be, I guess, as they step in front of us, to use a little skirmish move and try to knock them unconscious.
As long as they're not on the stairs, because I would hate to see that. But yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except I have no skirmish, so have fun
I have
with that.
skirmish. I'd be the one
Yeah, I also have no skirmish, so it's...
Tell me what this looks like.
So yeah, I think like Vines just kind of like steps aside and lets them go past, and then she gives a meaningful look to the other two and kind of like,
Well,
all right, ready for this? And then hoping for the best because it's getting up there and I've got just one die. And I'm gonna smack her on the head. Smack them on the head. I'm really nervous. It was
all right. So I think what happens is the clock advances here.
Do I just do I push them down the stairs instead?
So what happens is, no, you get them in the back of the head. They weren't expecting you to hit them. So like they kind of like look at, they sort of look at Vienna for a moment, like, wait, what are you wearing? And then like feels a fist hit like them right in the back of the skull, and they kind of crumple down.
It's a replica.
They kind of crumple down and fall down a little bit, but they're not knocked completely out. You see them like fumbling, and they pull a key out of their They pull like a key out of their pants pocket, and they say into the key like, "But we need to like, I need help on the stairs. There's someone else here. I don't know what's up." It doesn't sound like they're calling like this house guard is or this house staff person is calling somebody, but it doesn't sound like guards. They're not like, "Help me, guards." They're like, "The jig is
Right.
up."
Oh.
I was like, oh, the jig as in not as in okay. Let's go.
I think I'm gonna book it.
Yeah. I ease them down, going and give them a nice hearty pat on the back and run up
Okay,
the stairs.
where are you guys running to upstairs?
Unless Vienna, is that where we were heading upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking into his personal study.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys kind of like, you guys barrel into the room. What do you do once you get into the room? Are you doing anything to like lock?
Oh, I'm gonna look at it.
Can I use
Is-
my ghost key to like jam the lock somehow? Like break a key off in the lock so they can't get it open as easily?
Sure. I mean, theoretically, the ghost key can do anything. So yeah.
Yeah. So I want to try to like jam the lock.
Yeah, go for it. Ghost key me.
Okay. I'm gonna attune. I got 2 4s.
Okay, that's 4 is a big success, right? Yeah.
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 So yeah, here's a cool thing. So you pull down your mask, you pull out your key and kind of like touch it to the door, and you see sort of like this apparition like coalesce around the door and is kind of like basically pushing you to bar it, like it's like somebody physically standing there. Vienna, you also see that.
Oh, lovely. Nice.
Nice.
So that's a thing that you couldn't do before.
Oh.
All right, come on, let's go. We got little time and a
So
ruby to
inside
find.
the study, along one wall is like a big bookcase. It's not like one of the ones where you have to climb up. It's just a long wall-sized bookcase that's like about normal person-sized height. It's full of books and stuff. There is like on the opposite side, there's like kind of like a small bar. It's very like Mad Mini in here, where there's like, a bar and there's some like whiskeys and brandies and other brown liquors and everything like that. And then also Stanton's desk. And it's got like a couple of chairs in front of it and like a big plush chair, and it's this big like carved out of oak looking motherfucker. What do?
Okay. Hold on, I'm like catching up on my notes. Let's see, because I'm still trying to think about what my ritual could be. and what exactly would drive vines in this sense to see if I could use it now, but I also just still can't think of a ritual.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do? Like, anyone can do anything.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Yeah.
While you guys are kind of like safe inside of the office because no one saw you run in here, but you can definitely hear commotion happening outside of the door. A very loud commotion, in fact. Like, much louder. You're like, oh god, has that frog cat gotten into the building levels of commotion?
Well, quick survey of the place.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, you survey the place. What do you find with a survey? So,
Oh, sorry, I have study. That's what I was rolling.
oh,
Do I have survey? No, I have study.
what's the
I have study.
difference?
I think study is kind of like, it's like investigation versus
Okay,
perception.
fair. So yeah, I think what it is like you end up kind of gravitating toward the way that the office is set up is that like your eye is pulled to Stanton's desk because that is an intentional design aspect of like making when Stanton is in this office, he is the center of attention. Yeah, and
Of
so
course.
you like your eye is immediately pulled to the desk, and you begin kind of rummaging around the desk, and you're opening like you are not being precious
Oh, no.
about the whole situation.
I'm
Yeah.
pulling open the drawers and just tossing everything.
And so like you're pulling open, you're going through, you're finding like tons of papers, like notes on things, really nice pens. You find
I'm going to pocket a few of those nice pens.
you find the key thing that you find is like when you're going through the bottom drawer. So you pull like it's got bottom drawers on each side of the desk, and you pull one open, you pull everything out, and it's basically kind of like a file rack with files, and you kind of pull all the files out, and you're looking through them real hurriedly, and you pull up the other one. And it's got stuff in it, but as you kind of pull out all the stuff and you kind of like look at both open desks, you realize like, hey, this drawer is much shallower than the other drawer is, even though they're the same size on the side. And so you sort of like you see like, oh, this is probably a false bottom. So you like start tapping around. Stanton really likes false bottom desks, and so you pop open the false bottom on the thing, and what you find inside is like it looks like maybe this is kind of like maybe like a bug out bag sort of thing. Like you don't know what's because it's kind of a weird collection. So like inside of it is a brick of money.
Thank you, Stanton.
A passport that is like, or what is effectively a passport in this world, like some identification with different names on it, but his face. And also a like kind of like a jewelry box thing with a set of like opaloid cufflinks inside of it.
Cool. I'm pocketing all
Nice.
of this.
As you guys kind of like go around the rest of the room, it's at this point you're like, okay, cool, and you just like, so what are you guys going? Where are you guys going to go do to the rest of the room, or if you're doing anything?
I'm gonna kind of go around the walls because I'm wondering now, this literally just popped into my head, with the doors in the mystery building, how you couldn't quite see the fobs on them. If there's something in the walls that you just can't quite see.
Okay. So what you do is you start kind of going through things. Actually, I guess go ahead and give me like a survey, or actually
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, tell me how you're doing that. Sorry, Blaze in the dark. Yeah.
It's either one of them because I have 1 point
Okay.
in each. I did not consider that. No, I did not consider that maybe I should have put this point in something else, but whatever. I am not typing well. And that's a 3. I'm just, like, running my hand along the wall.
Okay.
Can I help?
You can help. Yeah, go ahead and burn that stress. Yeah, tell me how you're helping.
Because Hado is helping by doing the same thing, just
More eyes
just-
on the project. Yeah.
Yeah, more eyes
Yeah.
on them.
On the
I'm just
prize.
trying to see if my fingers catch on anything. And that's a 5.
Okay.
Thank you, Hado.
So yeah, what you guys find, so you start kind of pulling through and you're like pulling reams of books off the bookshelf. Because you're like, well, if I'm going to hide something, it's the bookshelf door, right? That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah,
False
definitely.
bottoms, pull
Yeah.
shelf doors. Yeah, he's nothing if not a villain.
But so you guys don't find, there's nothing behind the bookshelf, and you guys pull almost all of the books off the bookshelf. Basically kind of pull all the books at like eye level off of all of the bookshelves, and there's nothing seems to be behind the walls. All of the bookshelves seem to be the same. Vienna and Hado were the ones who were doing this, right? Yeah. So Vienna,
yeah.
you're just staring at the wall like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, okay, so there's not a wall here. What's going on? And Hado, you're doing the same thing, but you take a step back and you realize that one of the books that you guys have knocked off, fell open. It was it was a false book on the inside, and inside of that book is a kind of like a small. It is a small, kind of padded vial, or there's a vial inside of padding. It's a kind of a closed little pop top thing with a, a brackish brown liquid inside of it.
Oh? Okay.
Though outside, you guys have noted, now that you guys have stopped pulling all the books down, the noise has settled down in this room, things are getting, it sounds like things are getting lit outside.
Is there like a window on the back wall?
Yeah, you guys get, when I say
Like nice-
outside, I mean outside this room, inside the house.
Oh.
Might be.
In
Yeah.
the hallway. Okay.
So, what are we going to do?
I'm gonna take that vial.
Okay.
First of all.
Yeah, cool. You pocket that vial.
That's mine now.
I'm gonna look over at Vines and be like, "Hey, does this look familiar? Does this look like anything to you?" Pointing at the vial in Vienna's hand.
Can I attune to it, I guess? Or
think
study? I don't know
like,
what is the
I think
Arcana
you could.
check.
Okay, so
Alright, so I'm gonna study. I got a 5.
okay. So 5. I think what you figure out is that this is probably, it is just the kind of the look and the doing kind of a quick study on it, the look and the makeup of it and the kind of the way that it moves around inside of the glass and everything. It enhances something, but you're not 100% sure what it actually enhances. But it's definitely some kind of boost to some such.
Cool. Don't use it unless you don't mind any of your abilities being enhanced, just in case. Because it might be enhancing your loud footsteps or something, and then that will not do anyone any good, but...
It's a potion of making you way more fucking noticeable.
We need a potion
think-
for that?
Yeah, I was about to say we don't need any help with that.
Yeah, we really don't.
I could just go cast lightning.
Oh my god, can you do that right now?
I could, but...
Can we go out into the hallway and you just cast lightning? I'm gonna
That
pocket
was-
this vial.
Fair.
To
that
be clear.
was going to be kind of my idea, was just standing up at the top of the stairs and then storm the shit and using my lightning as a weapon and destroying
I don't
some
remember.
things.
I'm
But
like,
also-
does Stanton keep this fucking stone in his suit closet?
I still think the bottom of the pool is a viable option. I want to steal some of his suits, though.
Yeah, I wanna go into his suit closet next.
I want to like retailer some of his suits for my use.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go out into the hallway.
I don't know how I'm going to easily steal his clothes, but I'll manage.
That's fine. So you guys go out into the hallway, and you notice that there is what the loud commotion was. Is that it seems like at least 3 of the house staff are like physically fist fighting security guards now down in like the foyer.
Cool.
And as you guys are kind of going across, like you notice like one of the guards, like one of the guards goes down and kind of like walking into frame is like another Arakakra person who is like this. He's a very well built owl man. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
And you,
Oh, geez.
Oh, jeez.
yeah, you guys like know, like, and he kind of like looks to the other, like the scuffle kind of continues happening as they subdue the other 2 guards, because now they've got pretty solid numbers advantage, and he says to the other 2, like, just go ahead, whatever, screw the plan, smash and grab, something's going on. Like June has specifically told us that just like get the shit and get out of here. And so you see them kind of like break off as he and another person start coming up the stairs. Though I'm gonna say you guys probably can make it across the little fucking hallway in this amount of time. So if you guys want to, you can just slip into the bedroom. Okay.
Yes.
So you do so. You're inside of Stanton's bedroom. There is a small desk across from the wall. There's 2 windows, one on kind of like the back wall, and then one on the side wall. There is a big double-doored, big double doors on the side where you're pretty sure that closet is. Otherwise, the bedroom is pretty Spartan, except for like basically a writing desk in front of one of the windows, and like kind of like a California king-sized bed. That looks very plush and is like impeccably well made with like a little like towel fucking swan or whatever. And then also kind of like near those big double doors is like a smaller door where you're like, oh, that's probably a bathroom.
Side note, I'm going to take one of my new fancy pens and draw googly eyes onto the swan towel.
Oh, okay. You do so.
Just because.
I'm just going straight for that closet,
yeah.
man.
I wanna move the desk in front of the door.
Okay.
I'll help.
Yeah, 2 of you can probably move this desk just fine. So that's
Like, I draw eyes, a little tongue sticking out of a mouth, and then I go and I help.
So yeah, you get your artistic masterpiece completed, and you guys move a desk. I'm just gonna say you guys can move a desk, and yeah, you like throw open the doors to the closet, and it is, oh boy, it is nice in here. It is like this, literally the size of a bedroom. On the back wall, kind of like between, like as kind of like the rows of, there's like rows of clothes on each side. And as they kind of come together on the opposite wall from the door, you see like there's a big, full length mirror. In the middle, there is kind of like a small plush, like crushed velvet topped bench that you sit on while you're doing things. There are pants and shirts and suits and tuxedos and like the whole nine just kind of lining the wall. And on the opposite side, like just in front of the big mirror, there is also like there's like kind of like a stand-up case that sort of like is like a very nice looking like gnarled wood kind of case with like gold accents and everything like that, and then like shoes along the bottom of all of the clothes.
I can now see myself in the mirror,
Yes.
right? Like, oh, I see what you mean now, Hato. I'm gonna just start throwing stuff around this closet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
I want to.
take a waistcoat or two if there's any and start like putting them on and doubling up
Yeah,
on
so-
waistcoats.
So you're bundling up on clothes. Everyone else is like pulling clothes off. Oh,
Well, I'm not,
I like
I'm
want to
not
wear the
pulling-
big shirt.
I'm
maybe
not
not
pulling
big,
clothes
but-
off. I'm looking for a place where like maybe the floor dips to indicate the weight of a safe.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm making my way towards that case.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
to be clear.
So give me a study or survey or whatever you're feeling. Okay.
I've got a survey. Nope, that's incorrect. I can type. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I put this point in survey because, like, I just rolled a fucking one.
Clearly.
Fantasy
So
Jesus.
just a straight up and down one. Okay.
Just a one. Just, that is exactly what I rolled, so.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah. Yep. All right. So.
Where's my Austin Walker soundboard with the I'm going
Yeah,
to
pretty
advance the
much.
clock?
The sounds outside of the bedroom. You hear somebody like you hear somebody kind of like rattling the knob of the door and then kind of like slamming up against it outside of there. So somebody's trying to get into the bedroom. Though right now it does look like your desk is holding. But you don't notice. So you do notice. You don't notice a dip in the floor. But what you actually notice is like there's not. It's very clean in here. But you see a kind of like on the very bottom of one of like the pairs of pants that are hanging across like the kind of like the outside facing wall of this closet. On one of the pairs of pants there's like a loose thread and you just barely notice like the thread itself moving as though there's some sort of like wind or air movement coming from over in that corner.
I call over Vienna and Vines.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
go
Great.
on.
No, I was just like, yeah. Hey, what's up?
I point to that and go, okay, we've got something's over here.
Pants.
Great, let's find out what besides pants.
I mean, they pointed at the pants. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay.
I'm gonna start pulling the pants.
I'm gonna study, is what I said I had. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna study the space in that
Yeah,
wall. If I can.
study it. Study that wall.
I got a 3. I noticed more pants.
Does anybody want to help with that? You guys die in
I
this closet.
stress before I. Yeah. Nobody should be forced to stay in the closet.
I can help. I'll mark a stress and help.
Okay.
How much stress before you take a
It's 9.
a
9.
trauma? Okay.
I got a 4.
Better than a 3 is literally one category better.
Better than a 3.
So what you do is
Yeah.
you find so you guys realize that behind here there is like it's faint. It's very faint. But there is like a seam kind of going up this like sheetrock wall. Like you can barely notice it, especially kind of like in the like the light is much more intense towards the middle of the room than out towards the sides. But you can barely notice it, but there's definitely some kind of door or panel or something in here.
Shall I wreck it? Or do you want to tinker?
I want to tinker. I want to try to open it up using
Okay.
mechanical means.
Sure. What does that sort of look
And
like?
so that's I'm gonna say I have like because we haven't done any sort of like using our loadouts at this point, so I'm going to do a flashback and say, like, I thought to bring, like, a little kit of jeweler's tools or something like that. Not just lockpicks, but, like, stuff meant for fine work. And using that to see if I can, like, prize it up enough to be able to see any sort of hinges or anything like that I could try to attack.
Go for it.
Okay. Everybody cross your fingers.
Please.
Ooh,
I got
okay.
a 4.
So,
You've been doing really good on those checks. It's just the surveys.
Yeah. I need to stop looking at things.
Tiny little.
I think
dove
what it
eyes.
is you kind of like wedge some,
Vision.
you start kind of pushing some tools into there, sort of like wedge it open just a little bit so you can run a fine wire in. And as you're coming up, you feel it kind of like snag on a, you feel it snag kind of on a, like on something, like maybe a latch or something, and you feel the door kind of like release and kind of like sink in just a little bit and start moving towards the side to open things up. Though like the thing that immediately hits you though, as like this kind of like door into this dark room opens up, is that there is a like this like bright red light sort of like pours out of it, and what?
Oh my god. Nothing. Just.
We're just
Yeah, and this bright red
so
light.
excited.
Yeah, this bright red light kind of like pours out of here. And I am also going to finish off a clock. Cool.
was that
boy.
3 clocks?
You have 3. Yeah, there were 3 clocks. Yeah. It's okay.
Oh jeez.
Oh boy.
Crackers.
Like
It's
as
okay.
this kind of opens up, what it opens up into is there is, it's like it's not a very big room. It's kind of like it's a very small room, almost like like an actual closet sized sort of compartment. The thing that you immediately notice is what you're probably here to get, which is like this large, like an amethyst if it was red, and also really large. Just kind of like sitting there on a pedestal, not in like a reverential way. This isn't like an altar or anything. It's just like this is just something to put it on. Next to that is like a safe that is open. And if you look inside that safe, there's basically more bug out stuff, like more cash, a couple of wands, and a couple of rings on things.
Pocket all of those.
Okay. And then also in a tube, like kind of like bubbling away, like next to the big red thing, there's some sort of creature. You're not 100% what it is, but it is like this, like it's insectoid, but like its carapace isn't hard like an insect is. It's almost like gummy, or not like gummy, but like it looks like a mosquito and an iguana got mixed together.
That's
Oh,
whack.
Stanton.
That is whack as shit, my dude.
So, but there you go. Oh, also, you notice, like, as you kind of enter in, you guys are really excited, but one thing you don't 100% consciously register is that, like, the banging at the door stops.
Well, I'm going to put my grubby gay hands on the giant red crystal because this is obviously what we came for.
Anybody putting their gay hands on anything
This is
else?
very
Yeah.
clearly what we came for.
He was right. He was
I
right.
was gonna
You would
suggest
know it
that
when
someone-
you see it.
yeah.
I was going to suggest that we try to pick it up with something covering our hands.
Yes. I was gonna say, can we please not touch it with our bare hands?
Nope. We
Just
can't
I'm
not.
gonna grab one of Stanton's shirts and like try to beat you to it.
Except I have an ability called reflexes.
Jesus.
When there's a question about who acts first, the answer is you.
Thank God.
So
So
Hato, you're grabbing this, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Hato reaches out and they, sorry, my bad. They grab onto this crystal. And nothing visibly happens to anybody. Well, actually, Vines, you're not wearing your mask because you only wear that when you're doing ghost stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Vienna, you see this, dull crimson, pulse of energy kind of, run out through the cube and kind of, up Hato's arms and then kind of, down through the floor. But otherwise, nothing else happens.
Oh, Jesus.
And you pick up the crystal.
Okay.
Let's find our way out of here.
Vienna's looking at this insect.
The insect is, it doesn't seem to be, you can't figure out, the chamber it's inside of is bubbling, so you're well, this isn't, stuck in formaldehyde, but it's really hard to place, off the, just kind of glancing at it, it's really hard to place it, unless you wanted to do something to it. And by something, I mean, study or something like that. Or physically, you just crack it open, I don't give a fuck.
I could just crack it open, but I also have no points in rec, so I'm going to begrudgingly leave it. I'm just I'm not risking this one. There was a weird crystal thing that just happened. I don't want to play any more games.
So as we're heading out, I'm gonna I've been thinking about Vines's drive and what to make her ritual, and I think a lot of what drives her is literally just to just destroy things.
Fair.
You know, that cat impulse to fuck with shit. And so I also just really like the visuals of her calling up storms and ghosts. So the ritual in particular is I don't know if it can be I mean, obviously everything about it is going to be weird. It's not so much the Tempest ability, or if it is, it's all of the things at once. So it's Tempest plus ×2 or, whatever. Either that or I really like the idea of a cyclone of ghosty
that's pretty cool. I like that.
being
That's not bad.
summoned and swirling around. That's, and then just kind of really destroying a lot of the shit that gets in its path. Just because I want to kind of let this go and, one, destroy Stanton's house or as much of it as possible, and two, serve as a distraction so we can get out okay. So what must I do to perform this ritual, and what is its price? Because that's what I have to ask you.
What you have to do to perform the ritual, I think what it is kind of it's in the same thing. So you have in your items, you had a ghost key and a demon bane charm, right?
Yes, those are just basic whisper things that don't take a load, so I just listed them down there.
I think what it is what the ritual actually looks like is maybe it's one of your keys that you have on your ghost key ring. And you kind of you insert it into it looks like to everyone else except for I guess now Vienna, you're inserting it into thin air. But what it is it's sort of you're temporarily unlocking a gate between this plane and the ethereal one. And I think the price is that there's an understandable and decided risk of you losing either some part of your physical self or your spiritual self or something to that plane permanently. Okay, and so I think you push yourself and you roll.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What? So, can I want to like say like, Hato, you have the crystal. You have the best chance of getting out of here because you got the wings. Book it and go. And Vienna, wish me luck.
Hope to see you on the other side.
Not the other side. This side, preferably.
No, not that side.
Well, the other side of this building.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to wait until my two friends get out, like, one of the windows or something. And, like, while they're getting out, I'm going to, like, pull the desk out of the way and open it up through that door, I think, the door from his bedroom into the hallway, and just use that as the portal.
Oh.
I'm gonna take one last of Stanton's shirts before I go.
I'm wearing, like, 4 waistcoats of his.
I want to have assembled almost an entire suit, but mismatched.
Let me 100% get this straight. You open the door.
I'm thinking if I want to
Okay.
do that or not. Hold on. I'm gonna make a roll to decide. No,
Okay.
I don't. I'm just gonna I'm gonna like stick the key straight into like the middle of the door and unlock it that way.
So yeah, go ahead and make your roll,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. So, also, I gotta mark off my stress because I'm pushing myself. I know, I was just kind of like, I'll open the door. And then I was like, I don't want to open that door. All right.
I'm not 100% sure how I determine the magnitude, though.
Same.
Hold on. Magnitude is page 221.
Well, actually, 220 is when the actual paragraph starts.
Oh, when it starts, yeah. And then it froze. There it goes. I think it's just like the size. So basically, I don't know if it has to do based on what my result is, or if it's whatever I do, like, like if I want it to, like, for instance, magnitude 0 is I can make this effect last for just a few moments within an arm's reach type of thing. And so...
So do you determine the magnitude, or do I determine the magnitude? Okay.
You do. You do.
Okay, just do the thing. I'll figure it out.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Here we go. Fuck.
No.
In Werewolf Apocalypse terms, we call this a botch. I got a 3 and 2
That's
ones.
still a botch in,
So
in
bye,
Blades in the
everyone.
Dark, too.
Yes.
Wonderful. So you guys are scrambling to the windows as Vines walks up to this door, and you, Vienna, you see it just like as Vines kind of like goes to put the key into the door. Your focus is now pulled to the door, and just behind the door, you could swear that there is a pale sort of, or like kind of like a weak maroon shadow that seems to be bleeding through the door. And it's about that time you all hear a crack of thunder, and
There's no way I can help. There's no way I can help this.
How would you, though? I don't quite understand. Like, it's like basically casting a spell.
Spooky helmet powers.
The only thing I can think of is that I yell, "What the fuck is that?"
I don't think that'll help me. Because, like, the thing is I
It
messed
also
up my
is still.
ritual.
It is still. I'm pretty sure it's still a botch.
Yeah, I don't know, because, like, in Blade's terms, it's like, you failed the roll, you gone done fucked up. And I know it's like, a crit fail in D&D is, like, the worst that can happen. In Werewolf the Apocalypse, you get more ones than successes, then it's literally the exact opposite of what you want. Like the botch, the glitch, depending on what system you're playing, is like it literally there is no way to stop it or resist it.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I just was like, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yeah. I also just don't know how you would be how to help at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah.
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 No, that
and
makes
so
sense.
I think what it is like you don't get your ritual off because like right before you're about to like you get your key into the like ethereal lock, and as you're going to turn it, there's this crack of thunder, and the door and the desk kind of get pushed back and into you, like hitting you square, sort of like in the top of the thighs, kind of waist area, and you get kind of like slammed over the front of the desk. And standing on the like of the now basically destroyed door, on the opposite, like, and it is a huge. When I say a crack of thunder, I mean it is deafening, like lightning struck outside this door, loud, and you and like on the opposite, like as the door kind of gets pushed open, on the opposite side of it is like a human person. They have their hair kind of like they've kind of got like reddish brown hair. They're wearing sort of like drab, sort of like dark pastels, which is kind of like a weird thing, but kind of like muted, like a muted red and green kind of color palette. And they have their hair sort of long, but not so like kind of like pulled back. And you can see like kind of like curling up from like around their hand is like the smoke of a cigarette. And this person's like kind of like notices the rock and looks at all of you and is like, I'm pretty sure that's mine.
I turn around and I'm just like, get the fuck out of here, you dumb bird.
Rude.
Well, I told them to leave before I started this, and they didn't say they did. So they're clearly still here.
Nope, I'm gonna.
All right, what is everybody doing? Everybody tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna all but shove Hato out the window.
Hato's scrambling out the window?
Give me a moment to think, okay? Because my drive is leave no one
that's true.
and nothing behind. So give me a moment because...
If Hato hesitates, Vienna's gonna take the gem and jump out the window just so
Okay.
we're all clear.
Please do.
I need... Sorry, just give me...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's not the right place. 1, they stay. 2, they go.
Oh boy.
Stay or should I go?
They go.
Okay, wonderful.
They're gone.
As Vienna tries to like shove Hato out the window, like you guys are scrambling to open the window, you're shoving Hato out the window. You see this person shake their head and like, no, that's not how this is going to work. And they kind of like pull up their hand and point at you all, and go ahead and so you're going to freeze in place unless you resist this.
I wanna resist.
I want to resist.
I'm like knocked over anyway, so it's fine. I don't.
How does
You
resistance
roll
work
a
again?
d6 in the... Tell me how you're resisting. So, like, you feel this kind of, like, magical energy pulsing up through you that is, your muscles are kind of locking up. So you tell me how you resist, and then we determine what hoobadoob you're, like, you know, the thingy that you're using to do it. Hoobadoob.
What now?
It's in the book. John wrote it in.
The only thing that I can think of to do is like close my eyes and try to wrench myself as to turn away, as opposed to like looking at them.
Okay. That feels like a resolve sort of thing to me.
Yeah, I feel like I've just flung myself out the window. So like just trying to use momentum
Sounds
to
like
get away.
prowess. Everyone feel okay with those two things? Okay. So
Yes. I don't remember how we determine what.
where is Hato?
It's like as many attributes as you have in
Yeah.
that score. You would roll that many dice. So prowess, you have a finesse, you have prowl at least,
Yeah,
right?
and wreck.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I'm looking at Vines.
So
Might be.
it's just finesse.
I'm looking
and
at the wrong
power.
character sheet.
Okay.
I have command, consort, and sway, so I'm rolling 4d6.
No, 3d6.
No, that would be just 3.
Yeah. You,
Oh, just 3.
Just if you have a point in that category, yeah. it can
Oh,
only
I
max
see,
out
I see.
for it, so.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 2d6 or 3d6.
2d6 for you.
Okay.
And then for stress, you take 6 minus
Yep.
the highest dice.
Yeah.
Well, my highest was
hell
a
yeah.
6, so
This doesn't stress you out at all.
I'm used to this.
I can't look.
Oh no.
What is it?
Oh no.
My
So you
highest
take 3
is a
stress?
3.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm too
Oh, you
stressed
hit
out.
9?
No, you get
I hit 9.
Oh, so
Hato hit 9.
all right. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with the way Austin does, where like the condition happens and you're kind of like out of action for just a little bit, which is because otherwise you're like out
Sounds-
for the rest of the game. But we're also getting kind of near the end, so it's not a big deal.
I was just like, I think this is about
this is
it.
the boss battle.
We're on
so.
the final. This is the final countdown.
So,
Hey, audition. Hey, audition.
oh no,
Oh no.
No. Oh no.
this is why we have Craig.
Oh
It froze.
well,
I don't know when audition
okay, we have Craig.
froze.
And surprise, listening to the
Thanks,
like
Craig.
I did a multi-track.
Oh,
Okay,
it
does it look like
started
it's got
again.
all the
Okay.
right information
Whew.
in it? Okay,
I think so.
so
what time
think
do
we're
we
okay.
say?
no. Do we want to go ahead and clap
yeah,
anyway,
right
just
now
in case?
Yeah.
my recording is saying that we're at 3:19-ish. Are you like? Is that
Yeah, I'm at
Okay.
319-ish. Okay.
Okay.
I feel much less horrible. We can still clap if
yeah?
that
If
would
you
help.
want to, we can go ahead and do that. All right. I don't even think I've got time that is open.
I've left it open.
I've just left it
I
open.
have so
My
much
time is
things open.
exact.
I'm 1 minute and 11.9 seconds ahead.
Dang.
I know. It's really weird.
Okay, you guys want to go at 5?
My claw.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Cool. All right. I don't think we'll need it anyways, but
I'm like, there's this cat in the silence.
Yeah.
so where we're what was it? Okay, so yeah, Hato, you look at this person and this feeling in like the feeling that creeps up inside of you, like you just can't, like you push through to like you go to push through and you come to the realization like you just barely like get through this whatever kind of effect this person is having on you, and you realize like if they have this like it occurs to you that they're doing this to both you and Vienna, and if they have the power to do this, what are they going to do to your friends if you leave them? So what kind of status do you take?
Let me go look at the statuses. Do you know what page they're on? Stress and trauma. Okay.
So if you want to take a look over that real quick, I can kind of like move the action along for everyone else.
Actually,
Oh,
I know
okay, cool.
exactly which one I'll take because if I'm staying to help my friends, I'm going to be reckless.
Makes sense. Okay, so yeah, you kind of like it in a pivot. You turn back around, like, all right, fuck this shit. we're all leaving here, or none of us are leaving here. Is like basically your resolve. Okay, good.
Yep.
I roll my eyes.
And so the person kind of casually walks into the room. They are not afraid of you all. They take a big pull off of their cigarette. All right, look, I'm not gonna kill you all if I don't have to. Just leave the rock. Get the fuck out of here. Those are your terms. What do we do anything to this?
Pulling off a sheet of paper. Oh god, I want to try to think of a really pithy one-liner and it's not working.
I have a great one, but I'm in, unfortunately, the wrong position
also
to
Vienna,
use
like
it.
the like that dull maroon sort of like shadow is like definitely this person. They have like you've never like you're like, I guess this is somebody's aura. I've never been able to see this before, but they are like putting off this kind of like dull energy that seems to be kind of like creeping towards the center of their kind of like person.
So I'm still wearing my mask. I can see this?
No, unfortunately.
Or no?
It's not an ethereal thing. It's just yeah.
Weird.
Vienna's like, I wonder if I can like in their head it's like, I wonder if I can like make this look less like an antique Viking helmet and just have this now. God, I'm in the wrong position to use the line. I hate to cut and run, but I really fucking want to.
I mean, you can. But also, what accompanies this pithy one-liner?
Yeah, the one-liner idea that I had is just like, well, like, you know, kind of the idea is, shit, because it's like something along the lines of, I keep coming back to, well, who can I say is calling? But that doesn't make sense. Basically then I guess like, well, can we get a name to go along with the threatening presence?
Do you usually get a name that goes along with your
Yes.
threatening presences?
I don't know, I thought I'd ask.
I'm not feeling...
It wasn't part of the stay and go caveat, so thought I'd give it a go.
Well, that's it. That is... I mean, I appreciate the moxie, but I need that now. And you see... So, Vines, you've got your mask up. And you see the world is starting to like darken, kind of like the ethereal plane is darkening around you as though you're no longer going to be connected to it in just a moment. And you're not going to be on this plane of existence in a second. Unless you want to resist that.
I was gonna say it's a resist, or can I use Tempest and try to strike him with lightning?
Yeah, you can try and strike them with lightning. Yep, no worries.
Them, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
go for it. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck. Like if they are definitely going to
marking off
cast
the
a
stress.
spell. You're also a spellcaster. You know how this works.
Yeah, I've got one box of stress left, so
Like
let's
I'm
go.
not resisting anything. Let's rumble.
Let's fucking rumble, my dude. I got a 4.
Okay. 4's a big success. So I think what happens,
Yeah.
I think you hit them. So like, what does your bolt of lightning do? Tell me what this looks like.
I'm kind of imagined just like Vines got the desk knocked into her, and then she managed to make it look very casual. She's leaning against the desk, you know, pulling off some black cat bullshit. And then they are doing their little, you know, their little spell trick. And let's see. So one of the items that the Whisper has is a fine lightning hook. And I like, technically I think it's supposed to be used to like capture ghosts and pull them in. But I really like the idea. It's like you can, it's like a two-handed weapon, like a large weapon. But she like pulls it off her back. You can have it compact down, so it's kind of like a staff that she can fold into like two pieces or whatever. And so she like quickly whips that off her back, and as she's like snapping it together and like strikes it down towards the ground, and it like as it moves, it like pulls a bolt of lightning down like out of thin air and like
all right, yes. So yeah, a little crack
right
of
into the
lightning
guy.
rips through the ceiling of Stanton's house.
Yeah.
And it
Great.
hits this person,
Yes.
and it just like rockets right through their body. And literally anyone else that probably would have just put down. But you see like this as they get hit, they kind of like they squint and they grip and they look at you and they're like, solid try. Bam. They are smoking
Yeah.
though. This person's like literally been burned from like head to foot where the lightning like comes out of their foot from being grounded, and they are huffing hard, but they've Vines is gone.
Holy shit.
Vines,
Do I
you know
at
where you are.
least destroy part of
Oh
Stanton's
yeah, you ripped a
house?
hole through his roof.
Do I at
It's
least?
probably on fire.
Yes, that's all I wanted.
You're actually like you're not gone
Yeah,
forever.
good.
You find yourself
Oh, okay.
like you brace for impact when they say that. Like it's like, well, I'm dead now.
Yeah.
And you open your eyes.
I
and
asked for this.
you're standing in the middle of like kind of like a dense forest, with these big trees that are all kind of like big
Oops.
redwoods. You can't see the ethereal plane anymore, but you're not dead. So there's that.
On the plus side,
And this person kind of
I might as well have just stressed out, been removed from action. But
you can come back. There's you are temporarily
yeah,
It's literally they cast banishment on you. So
that's fine.
and so like they kind of grab their chest, like they've dropped their cigarette now. They're very mad about that. And they kind of like grab the top of their kind of like shoulder where the lightning entered in. They're like, all right. So there's only two of you left. And like they're moving forward again, but like they're kind of like standing up to their full height, and they're like, I'm just taking that. I'm tired of this now.
Has their aura changed at all?
Yeah, it got blacker. Like it's still there, but it's getting blacker.
Because they
Yeah.
they got burned. Nice. That was a curiosity question. I don't know what I could do with that.
I think I know what they're going to do. So like they take a step forward. And you see them. Yeah, they take a step forward. Can they? Okay, yeah, they can do these two things. They can't do this other thing. I'm making sure I'm limiting them by like the rules of Dungeons and Dragons of all these spells that they can cast. So they take one step forward, and it's like they step through. There's like a frame missing, or a series of frames missing, because they step through and they appear behind you guys, and they reach out to touch you all. What do you do?
Well, I'm reckless now. So I'm going to shove the crystal at Vienna and turn around and try to attack this person with my pigeon talons.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. So
I have nothing in skirmish, but I'm reckless.
Skirmish away,
so
then. Vienna, did you want to do anything?
But
or,
I shoved
you
the
get
crystal.
crystal shoved at you.
I get a crystal shoved at me, so
Okay,
I'm going to take
fair.
the crystal. I was going to do something, and I may yet, but I'm got a crystal now,
Okay.
so hold on.
Skirmish me.
Yep. Sorry.
Quick pause.
Begin skirmishing.
I got a 5 and a 1.
Aw.
So, I mean, it went about as well as I expected it was going to, but I had to try because this is who they are now.
Can't. Okay. I know what they're... Yep.
R.I.P. Hato. Press
It's
F
fine.
to pay respects.
It's actually kind of okay. This is not what they're built to do. So, like, you kind of go forward as you're, like, you kind of, like, flap back. Like, you generate some space, flap back. Like, come up into the air and kind of, like, come down with a kick. And way faster than this person should be able to move. Like, they're kind of like an older person. They're maybe in, like, their, like, mid to late 50s. You can see some, like, little streaks of gray in their hair. And, like a bolt of lightning, they just reach up and grab your talon as, like, it kind of comes down. And you feel so very, very heavy. Like just this wave of exhaustion, like, kind of pulls up, like, kind of, like, runs up over your body. And I would say that you would be able to resist this sleeping, but you've already maxed out on stress. So
yeah, no, I'm.
Yeah,
It went about
and
as
so
well as expected.
You fall asleep on the floor. So Hato is just slumped into a pile on the floor. What do you do, Vienna?
I am holding a fucking crystal. Oh, this is such a stupid idea. I wish that I was reckless, because I'd say I'd just
You
do
can't
this.
just do it. You're in a
I can
desperate
just do it.
situation.
I'm very nervous that this is going to go. I know what I would do, which is I would try to attune to the helmet, but I think what Vienna does is they say, "You want it so bad," and I chuck it at their head.
All right, roll something, I guess.
I'm just
I
gonna.
love you, Kales.
I'm just gonna roll 2d6 because I don't have anything in any prowess except prowl.
Good.
I took no points in skirmish, none in wreck, none in finesse.
Can any of you skirmish?
I have a point in command.
I can.
Oh, okay, good.
I can skirmish.
I eliminated the right one.
I have a point. I do have a point in command.
What does that do?
That's probably useless. But
I don't think you.
all right.
You can try command, but I'm gonna say it has a very limited effect.
Yeah, the crystal compels you.
No, I'm just gonna roll 2d6 and we're gonna see what happens. I am going to chuck this crystal as hard as I fucking can, though, because what? It's fine. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Wow.
Damn.
So we're taking
So
the
close.
3, right? Again.
Yeah. Too bad it's not Dungeon World, because that would have
sure.
been a partial
So
success.
they kind of, like, duck down and move and reach up and kind of, like, grab you up by the front of your lapels, or kind of like the front of your shirt. Do I just put you to sleep too? No. Okay. The world grows dim, not because, like, you're falling asleep or anything. Like, so resist or go blind.
Yeah, we'll resist this. This is fine. I've only got
that's fair.
2 stress right now.
Oh, beans.
I don't know how I resist. I think I have a fucking helmet on my head that lets me see this guy's aura. I don't know how that helps.
Like,
You can like
yeah,
anticipate
you can see,
spell
like,
or something.
you see the
Yeah.
energy of the spell. Like, you realize now, like, what you're watching is their aura sort of flexes as they're casting spells. So maybe something's happening there. So that would be,
Yeah.
I would say that's a tune, huh?
Insight?
Well, I guess
That
it's
would
a
be a
weird thing.
tune.
I mean, it's whatever. Like, you tell me what it is.
I mean, so it could be a tune, or it could be I just watched this guy cast spells on 2 of my friends, so I know what it looks like now when they do this.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can go with that. Yeah. So yeah, insight, which is,
Well, no, I was going to say that's like study
Yeah,
or survey, so
okay.
that works, yes.
so yeah, 2d6.
Okay. Let's see. 6 and a
Yeah, so-
3.
Yeah, so 6. Yeah.
I'm really good at resisting, y'all.
So
I
you
take
kind of like
no
grit your
stress.
teeth and like just through like sheer force of will sort of like push back. So like you're just because it seems like maybe the touching is what has to do it. So like you kind of push back with your feet to get away as sort of like the energy pushes through their body and sort of like dissipates, and just a little bit of gap there is between you and them. And they look very frustrated and kind of like shake you a little bit. And they're like, listen, I need that more than you do. So,
What could you possibly need that for? It's a fucking rock that
you'd
glows.
be surprised what you can do with a rock that glows, frankly. And, like, how strong are you, Izzy? Well, looking at Vienna, they're probably... Vienna's also not very strong.
Vienna is
Yeah.
a tiny baby.
I mean, you guys are standing next to an open window. And you've already thrown the rock, so... They're gonna try and throw you out a window.
Won't take much.
They're just gonna hip toss you out a window. What do you do, I guess?
I'm gonna... Maybe now is when I use my terrible line. 'Cause I haven't pulled anything
Okay.
out of my load yet. So I have a blade or
Alright.
two. Do I have any points in skirmish? No. Am I going
Well,
to try
either
this
that or
anyway?
get thrown out the fucking
Hell
window,
yeah.
so... Yeah.
What's the worst
Yeah.
that can happen? What was going to happen anyway?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, I hate to cut and run, and I pull one of my blades and I try to just
Okay.
slash their throat. Because I have no qualms
Fair.
about killing people. Sorry, Hato.
It's cool.
A 1 and a 3.
Jeez.
So that's a 1.
I think the dagger catches them solidly. You don't get them in the throat, though. Like, you get them, like, as you kind of, like, come for their throat, they kind of, like, move back, and you hit them, like, right behind the clavicle, which is seriously not great, but still is not as good as you would want it to be. And I think you get thrown out a window. And I guess
Great.
you're on a second floor, so that's not... You can't die from, like, getting thrown out of a second floor window, I don't think, unless you, like, hit your head or something. So I take, like... Well, you also rolled a 1 on that. Take a level 2 harm defenestrated, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you. Good. Yes. I'm like,
Yes.
please say it, please.
Great.
So I think you hit the ground really, really hard.
Ow.
And you and Hato feel like this kind of like this feeling in the back of your head.
Who's
like
you?
Vienna. Yeah.
I was like, I'm still not here.
Okay.
Vienna and Hato feel like this kind of feeling, kind of like like this. You know, like when you haven't slept in like a long ass time, and you're just like your brain feels fuzzy. Yeah, it's like that. Sort
Yeah.
of like kind of creeps into your consciousness. And what you. So I guess Hato is probably done on the floor, so Hato's going to remember this. Hato will remember this. But what you begin to remember is that this person, they kind of like broke into the room, and they were scuffling with you all, trying to get the rock, when the third party, that big Birdman and a couple of other like goons sort of like also broke into the room and made off with the rock. Welp.
Welp.
Sad.
And
We can be mad at our employer because our employer said
Sure.
no one else was coming for it.
Yeah, and here we are with 2 other people coming for it.
so, but fortunately for you, Vines, probably after about like a minute and a half, you just appear back in the middle of that room. Hato's asleep, and Vienna's like nowhere to be seen. but the commotion is definitely piped up outside, and you're starting to hear sirens.
I just I stomp around the room. I kick
Oh,
some
yeah,
things
also the
over
crystal is
that
gone.
aren't
Yeah.
already kicked over. Yeah, I figured. I kick over the swan towel.
Step onto bed, Kate Swan Tower.
Yes. I'm pretty sure I might have muddy boots from the Feywild, so I just track some mud all over this shit.
You're gonna
And
get
then I go
arrested by
over
being too
and-
petty.
Well, I just stomp, kick over a swan towel, and then I jump off and I run over to Hato and I like try to yank them to their feet,
Yeah,
going, "Oh, wait,
more than easily enough, you can get Hato. Hato, you wake up. Yeah.
Oh, good.
And then I go, out! And I start, like kicking you towards the window. Not like actually kicking
You look
you,
at the
but,
you look
know.
outside, and Vienna's there on the ground, probably not feeling great. Thinking about life choices.
I'm done. I'm
I'm
done.
just loud and colorful swearing. And
I'm like, it's not that I'm like really like seriously considering my life choices. I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait here, and whatever happens will happen. And that's fine.
Yeah, we were told that if things went south, we could just stay in place, but if we can get out with at least the stuff that we stole, that would be cool too.
yeah, I'd like
Yeah,
to
let's-
keep all of this money that I stole.
Getting
Yeah.
out would be nice.
Okay. Yeah. So how are you guys going to get away? Are you going to go back into the woods? Are you going to try to like make a break to the street? What are we doing?
My thoughts back into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
My
kind
thought
of
is back into the woods.
do something to make sure that you don't get basically don't get a tail, because people are still paying attention, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I do a flashback to have made a smoke bomb with Tinker?
I'll just give you that. You can just make a smoke bomb.
Okay. Yeah. So, or a smoke bomb to like once again, we came in under the cover of something, some fog/smoke. We leave under the cover of
The fog giveth and the fog
fog/smoke.
taketh.
Yep.
So, yeah, I feel yeah. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a tinker roll, I guess. See how well your smoke bomb works.
Okay. Since I've been doing decent at Tinker,
Oh, 5.
I got
Okay,
a 4
those
and a
both do it,
5.
yeah.
So
So, yeah, you guys get away because like there's a lot of other commotion because this is solidly a controlled roll, because all kinds of bullshit is happening inside of this house. I feel like you guys make it back into the woods. You can clearly see as you kind of like get back into the woods. There's a couple of like. It's just like real, like there's like this weird, gross, slimy trail leading off to one way, and you're like, yep, nope, not that way. This is a bad way.
I give it a salute and I walk in the opposite direction.
And yeah, you guys can make it back to your hideout just fine. And
I would like some medical attention, please.
yeah, you guys can, you like, I also imagine you kind of patch up your wounds, as it were. And so so you guys make it back to your base. Are you guys going to do anything before your mysterious benefactor shows up tomorrow afternoonish, most likely?
Can we compare? I want to know what happened after I got banished.
Well, I got thrown out a window. So
Sucks.
yeah, Hato
Honest-
just relates what they remember.
I don't remember that at all.
Basically what happened is after you got banished,
Well, because
do we
Hato
do
had the memory
Yeah.
manipulation. And so Hato's story doesn't line up with mine.
or mine? Did I
Yes.
get the manipulation? Okay.
right, well,
But I don't remember that happening because I was out the window already. Or I'm like, hey, how did I get out the window?
Oh, I actually didn't say that. That's not what I said. So yeah, so what you remember is like after Vines got teleported out of whatever, the other thieves, like the big owl guy, came in and there was like much commotion, and they made off with the rock. So
Okay.
I guess in theory, like it can still line up with this person just chucking you out of a window and putting someone to sleep. But also, it's a real hazy memory. So maybe it doesn't feel that great. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels... It's, like, weird, because I'm like, but wait, how did I get thrown out a window? I don't remember getting thrown out the window.
In a
But I don't have a
scuffle.
concussion.
In the scuffle, they just shoved you out a window.
But I don't have a... Ugh,
Maybe you
whatever.
did hit your head.
Maybe you do have a concussion.
We're not doing this. No! That's exactly what I was hoping to avoid! That's in character yelling. None of the X-Files theme. We're not doing this.
Isn't that Twilight Zone?
Oh,
Or
that's
is that
the Twilight
X-Files?
Zone.
I was just like, I don't know. It's one of those weird shows. Yeah.
So our mysterious benefactor shows up, huh?
And yeah, he shows up. He's like, do you have the thing?
There were 2 other interested parties.
So I'm going to take that as a...
One of them, at least, was very strong. I have no idea about the other one. I
true.
wasn't there for that.
What do you mean, very strong? Like,
I summoned a bolt of fucking lightning, and they resisted it.
that's...
Normally, that kind of crisps people.
Yeah. Huh. So, what, like... All right, so they're real strong and can take a bolt of lightning. Details, maybe?
I described the way they look
Okay.
physically, and just kind of like give a very brief rundown of the interaction that I had before I was banished.
They didn't say their name or anything.
No, I tried.
No.
I didn't try hard enough. I thought about it.
And they made... And do you guys relate the story as it was told to you, or as you remember it?
Yeah.
I mean, I see no
Okay.
reason to lie.
So this...
Vines
I
is
got
like,
thrown
don't-
out a fucking window, like...
Yeah, Hato's mostly just pissed because this was supposed to be a good score. It was supposed to be, well, not easy, but none of that was
a
supposed to
fun
happen.
challenge.
So Hato's just pissed.
Do I remember that I chucked the crystal at someone before... I feel like maybe not. I think they just
Yeah,
took
yeah,
it,
it got
right?
lost in the shuffle of more
Yeah,
people
so
being in that
there's-
fight.
So there's no reason for anyone to be mad at me for giving something up
No.
for the
No one
sake
knows
of
that
getting
you
out.
threw it at their head.
Great. Then we're good.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'm sorry for I did not know that I thought there might be one other party coming for it. It seemed unlikely, but I don't know why there were 2 sets of people there. I'll have to look into that. But, all right, well, I mean, thank you for your services. I really appreciate it. I feel like you guys did the best job that you could under the circumstances that you were given. And I will definitely keep you in mind as he gets up to leave.
If you track down that fucker, let me know. I got a few more bolts of lightning I'd like to send into their
Also,
body.
just notedly, he's not paying you.
Yeah, I stole a
No,
bunch of
yeah,
money. So
Oh, you guys
I don't
made it out of there,
care.
okay, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
we
stole all that money, and I'm just like, I'll let this one go.
Hey, I have
Yes.
a question. Am I still wearing this fucking Viking helmet?
Yeah. No, you could
That's
take
how
it.
you could have resisted a concussion. You were
Yeah, you
wearing
had a helmet, yeah. You can take it off. Maybe not for long periods of time, but it comes off. Unless you want...
I might be wearing it now, is
Oh,
the
okay.
thing that I'm wondering. I also definitely want to say that Vienna's going to, like, try to figure out a way to make this thing, like, a little bit more fashionable
That's fair.
to fit with their aesthetic.
I think he looks at the helmet and he's like, so that was in Stanton's collection too.
Yes.
Huh. I wonder how much they gave him. That's weird that they took that. How very interesting.
What?
Let me go ahead and get that helmet off you. I'll pay you, like, let's see. What is... I mean, I can pay you pretty solidly for that. And he offers you, like, 3 coin for it.
Oh, fuck, I'm gonna take 3 coin for this. I was gonna, like, look into this, but nah, man.
I'll look
I don't
into
care
this
that
money.
much.
I'll get myself a fashionable hat.
And also news that you guys heard last night is that Stanton Slayton was arrested while you guys were out. Details are still thin.
Music to
Oh,
my
I guess
ears.
I know how that fight ends now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they didn't all die. So.
Admittedly.
It's fine. I don't actually care.
Oh, like it was either that or he dies. You know, it's one or the
Yeah.
other.
So he kind of turns to you. He's like, I appreciate your services, and the fact that you came out of a fight with them and are still standing is impressive. So I might give you a call. You also might want to. You might want to hunker down. I feel like soon enough it's going to be really hard to run these sorts of operations than it was before. So, have a good evening. Get that getting thrown out of a window bit looked up or looked at. Yeah.
Working on it.
I appreciate your services. Have a good day. And he pieces out.
Cool.
Cool.
Fair.
Sweet. All right. And
Okay, bye.
Fucking wild.
so I guess we need to do an outro thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do usually do outros,
Okay.
yeah.
So hi, I'm Brian. If you liked this and want to know more about this weird city and some of these NPCs that were roaming around, and my new NPCs that I've acquired because of this, I've added you to my menagerie.
Nice.
Can I make a character sheet, a D&D character sheet?
By all means.
For me. Yes.
But if you want to hear more of this, you can take a listen to us over at The Room Where It Happened. We are on pretty much every podcasting format. Just The Room Where It Happened. Should be a little door logo. You might get some Hamilton shit. You know, I was dumb when I named this podcast.
Make sure it's in the past
it's
tense.
happened. ED at the end there. We get new episodes every Monday. We just
So does
Sure,
FTL,
yeah.
so it won't even be that much of a switch.
Just
So
slide on over. And you can also find us on Twitter at RoomwarePod and on our Instagram at RoomwarePod. We're mostly on Twitter, though. Come talk to me on Twitter. I'll definitely talk to you on Twitter. I don't do much else during the day. So, but yeah, thank you guys for having me on here. It's super appreciated it. Yeah, it's really fun. Helped me figure out where this particular item is. So,
helping Brian with prep. Hell yeah.
Hey, as a DM, that's like my favorite thing is to make other people help me with prep.
Yeah, I've been Dora. You can find me on Twitter at HarpyDora, and you can find the podcast at FTLcast.
I've been Kales, and I was not thrown out of a window, thank God. You can find me on Twitter at Citadel of Swords.
And I am Mab. You can find me on Twitter at Little Lady Mab. And you can find the other show that I'm a part of at Sacrosanct RP on Twitter as well.
awesome. Well, have a good night, all you people out there in podcast land.